Is Lebanon safe? I have now visited Lebanon 7 times, and there is a lot of confusion about the third smallest country in the Middle East, after Bahrain and Palestine.
Lebanon.
Some people told me they didn't want to visit Lebanon because they think it's unsafe or covered in desert.
Come visit Lebanon, guys.
Lebanon is not what you think.
People in Lebanon, they love living life. They love it.
Lebanon is a country located on the eastern shore of the Mediterranean Sea.
Lebanon.
It consists of a narrow strip of territory and is one of the world's smaller sovereign states.
Only Lebanon.
The capital is Beirut.
Another masterpiece here in the center of Beirut. There are 6 million people living in Lebanon and 16 million Lebanese people living abroad, mostly in Brazil and other countries.
I've lived in 7 different countries and there's nothing like Lebanon.
Beirut! Do you like Lebanon?
It's a love and hate relationship because it's really beautiful, but the government is
The Lebanese civil war ended nearly 25 years ago, and it feels so safe when you roam around the streets nowadays.
Lebanon got independent from France in 1943, and this is the first president of the independent Lebanon.
I like Lebanon only.
Lebanon is one of the most vibrant countries in the Middle East.
Harissa, Lebanon. I seriously don't get how a small country like Lebanon can have so much beauty.
You can visit stunning mountains.
It's small, so you can get from anywhere to another place very quickly.
Explore beautiful countryside full of greenery. Check out some really cool cities. And some of the best food in the world.
Raw meat. You always get the most delicious food for dessert here in Lebanon.
Lebanon, good.
And while you go around Lebanon, you will see rolling hills and beautiful villages. The best thing about Lebanon is none of these, however. The best thing is the people. The Lebanese take pride in their hospitality.
Lebanon.
It is considered an honor to host guests, and the Lebanese have always treated me with the utmost respect when visiting their country.
From Lebanon.
Unfortunately, bad economy, a bit of political instability, and violence have recently plagued this beautiful country.
This is the Revolution Wall in Lebanon. Didn't see that on my first visit to the city because it's from 2019 around there. And it's a really big wall.
Tourists today wonder, is Lebanon safe to visit? Therefore, I'm making this video to answer this question specifically.
This is the shop. Welcome. Ahlan wa sahlan.
With some preparation and knowledge, you can feel confident traveling to this exciting country.
Very good, very good, very good experience and very good people and very good.
You can visit historical cities like Byblos.
It's one of the oldest inhabited cities in the world, famous for the production of papyrus. Byblos in Lebanon. Now you're going to find out.
Yes.
And maybe go on the beach there and meet plenty of liberal women who decide themselves how they want to go to the beach. Covered up or in a bikini. They choose themselves, which is a good sign of freedom in a country.
Quel pays que tu aimes?
J'aime tous les pays qui est de Liban. Et surtout France, la France.
You can experience a vibrant culture and a rich history when going around
Lebanon.
And I'm always shocked to find out how much there is to see in a relatively small area. Incredible natural beauty. Caves, mountains, beaches, and full of beautiful people, inside and out. If you are thinking about traveling to Lebanon, you must be aware of potential challenges you may encounter, like anywhere else in the world. Petty theft can happen in some neighborhoods, but that being said, it's super rare in Lebanon if you take normal safety precaution and pay attention. And in most of the Arab countries, the crime rate is practically zero. No robberies, no violence. In Lebanon, you can walk around without a worry anywhere at any time. And the same counts for women from what I hear from female travelers. Lebanon is much safer than many other countries when it comes to crime, even though there's huge inflation and a bad economy. But most people remain honest still. Another paramount safety concern is natural disasters, especially earthquakes and floods. Lebanon is in an active earthquake zone, which means that earthquakes can happen. Be sure to familiarize yourself with what you do if an earthquake strikes. Floods are also not uncommon in Lebanon, especially during the rainy season.
And Lebanon is very beautiful.
It is. It's very beautiful. I
them.
recommend
Tell the tourists to come to Lebanon.
Do you love Lebanon?
I love it. Yeah, my country, my house, my home.
Lebanon is a good country?
Oh, sure. Sure, I love Lebanon.
One of the major differences for me between Lebanon and Syria are the taxi drivers. While I had quite a few bad experiences with taxi drivers in Lebanon, taxi drivers in Syria seem to be super honest and really never try to rip me off. At my first visit to Lebanon, I had an angry taxi driver following me after my ride in Beirut, but he let me go at last when I showed him he couldn't scam me in any way. Therefore, I mostly use Uber when going around Lebanon to avoid these kind of annoying situations. So the price is fixed already from when you go in the car. Actually, Uber is more operational nowadays in Lebanon, so I definitely think relying on it is better than taxis. However, there are bad people in every country, and it was just some bad travel experiences for me. It doesn't define 99.9% of the Lebanese people, who are incredibly warm and kind. Sometimes being so generous that it can turn awkward if you refuse, and gifts represent friendship to the Lebanese.
100% Lebanese.
Punctuality is not strict in Lebanon. People are commonly about 20 minutes late to appointments and meetings. That's just something you have to get used to, and it shouldn't make you feel unsafe. The climate of Lebanon is generally subtropical and is characterized by hot, dry summers and mild, humid winters.
Well, the guys here are selling this for $10,000. It's very cheap. I can cruise with you guys?
Yes.
You have a country you like?
Yes.
Which one?
Lebanon.
Lebanon has a society composed of numerous ethnic, religious and kinship groups, and it has the most religiously diverse society within the Middle East,
Beirut style.
comprising 18 recognized religious sects. The primary religions are Islam and Christianity, and Christians and Muslims live peacefully side by side.
This is the Lady of Lebanon or the Lady of Harissa. We are 1,650 meters above sea level. This is a Christian village. You can see the big statue here. And people come here in the wintertime to do skiing. That's why if you look up Faraya on Google, you'll see mostly winter photos, a lot of snow.
It's a best ski destination.
Lebanon's well-developed system of education reaches all levels of the population.
Country I don't like? No, not really. From Lebanon.
Do you have a country you like?
Yes, all over the world.
And literacy rates are among the highest in the Middle East. Therefore, you will find a lot of English speakers in Lebanon, much more than in some of the neighboring countries.
Give me a good fact about Beirut.
The first law school was here in Beirut.
Guess what? Lebanon is one of the safest countries in the Middle East. The only reason why it's not considered as such are the media and inaccurate government travel advice and warnings. With one of the lowest crime rates in the world today, Lebanon can brag about having the lowest number of Islamic extremists in the Middle East, and contrary to what people say, there's no war in Lebanon and Beirut. In this country, there's no place for extremism, because it's so culturally cluttered that the chances of a person radicalizing are very low. Although religion plays an important role in the life of most families, from a religious point of view, Lebanon is the most liberal country in the entire Middle East. It has the largest number of atheists, especially among young people. Beer is available everywhere, and drinking alcohol in the street is allowed, and quite common. Also, there's a lot of security in Lebanon. Not to make you feel scared, but to make you feel safe. Lebanon is located in a pretty turbulent region. Therefore, you will see a lot of military. But the military presence aims to prevent any sort of potential conflict. They are accepted in society because it makes them feel safer. I would say 95% of the country is safe. The remaining 5% might not be totally safe. There are a bunch of areas which, even though they are not classified as dangerous, are considered sensitive because they are controlled by Hezbollah. Basically, it's better to stay away from the northeastern part of Lebanon. But otherwise, Lebanon is very safe to visit, and you'll have an amazing time here in this pearl of the Middle East. The food, the history, the nightlife, the beaches, the nature, the old villages, Beirut and the people. Lebanese people are famous for their love of life, resilient spirit, and hospitality. Would you visit Lebanon? Please comment below. Remember to subscribe to Gus on the Go. See you guys.
Out hunting waterfalls in Lebanon.